which is an incubator in Brighton. There's 12 startups or so, all sat together, all working together, collaborating. And they're very early stage, they're 2, 3, 4 people. And I worked with a group of guys, a business called Good Money, and this is about, their business is about, they want to encourage local businesses near Brighton to trade and exchange goods and services without using cash. Because local small businesses struggle with finance and funding from banks and all the rest of it. So they reckon if they could collaborate, support each other more and trade more, the businesses could support each other, grow faster, and have mutually beneficial relationships. Now their original idea was, okay, we need to enable a payment system, we want high technology, so we should do a digital card, we should commission some payment terminals, we should put them in all the shops and businesses, we should get people using Good Money credits. And that, as a strategy, is quite expensive, quite long-term, quite high risk. So we took that apart and we said, okay, well that's one strategy, what else could you do? Well, one thing you could do is find out if what the businesses currently do. So why don't you get out there in the streets and say, how do you trade and exchange goods and services now? Because then you'll learn about what's important about what these businesses do. And that's something you can do in a day or two. So when it came to prioritising that strategy, that was very high because it could be delivered quickly. Another thing we did was talk about, okay, so why don't you hold a workshop where you bring local businesses together? You talk to them about what you want to do, but you actually then ask them for their input, what matters to them. And out of that came the idea that people wanted a way to network that worked much better than BNI or Chamber of Commerce. They actually wanted a way to meet suppliers and meet people who could use their services, but in a much more productive and personalised way. And they also wanted, they valued just having a common community purpose. So they're now building on a series of workshops and surveys and discussions of business they've done. And they're now talking about building a business directory up and going in quite a different direction that could ultimately lead to a payment system, but it might not need to,